Now we can look for the hands-on. First we will discuss about programs. I will show you what is the structure of the PL/SQL program and how to write the PL/SQL programs and all these things. First we will look for programs. Yeah, have a look. Yes, see here, what is PL/SQL? It is a procedural language using SQL concepts also, and we can say the PL/SQL is the extension part to the SQL. And what is PL/SQL program? It is a collection of programming statements and SQL statements to perform user required tasks. And so how can I define PL/SQL? What is there inside PL/SQL? In case of SQL is a collection of predefined objects, whereas PL/SQL is a collection of user defined objects. What are the objects here? Programs, procedures, functions, triggers, packages, exceptions, and all these things are called as PL/SQL objects. Now we can divide the entire PL/SQL objects into two types. Two categories of objects are there. So that is, first one is anonymous blocks. This is called as PL/SQL programs. And next one is, we can say it's a sub-programs, not procedures. We have to say sub-programs. So sub-programs are of two types. One is procedures and functions. Here it is a stored procedures and we have to say it's a functions. PL/SQL functions are different. No, I'm not talking about SQL functions. Right. What are the advantages of PL/SQL? Whatever the things we have done on the board, the same advantages here I have specified. Now coming to the part of discussing about anonymous blocks. What is anonymous block? It is called as a PL/SQL program. So is there anonymous blocks or two types? Again, that is static programs and dynamic programs. Now before that, let me discuss about what is the structure of the PL/SQL program. This is the structure of PL/SQL program. The program begins with declare block. Under declare block we have to write declaration statements. Under begin block we need to write assignment, output and data processing statements. Under exception block I can specify user handling statement, error handling statements, and the end of the program is represented with end keyword. Now see, declare block and exception block both are optional. Declare block and exception block both are optional. So if you want to really declare variables, if you have a requirement like that, then only specify declare block, and under that specify the declaration statements. So if you want to handle the errors inside your program or during the execution of the program, then specify exception block, otherwise don't go for exception blocks. Now let me explain each block individually. What is declare block? In this I can declare variables. So what is the declaration of a variable? Why we need? See, I am going to write a program to perform A plus B. So into A I have to store some value, and into B I have to store some other value. Before storing some values into the variables, we need some buffer area. Buffer is nothing but temporary memory area. Temporary memory area for A and temporary memory for B. So who will assign that memory area? Oracle Engine will assign memory for the declared variables. How much memory? That depends on data type and size of the variable. Okay, so that's why if you want to specify or store some values inside a program, we have to declare the variables, and into that variables we have to store values. So what is the syntax of declaration? Variable name, data type, size, same as table creation. Column name, data type, size, same. Yeah, variable name, and I am specifying int. So for this variable, Oracle Engine assigns required memory for storing one integer value, and here we name it's a varchar2 of 20. So for each variable, Oracle Engine assigns memory. Coming to assignment statements under begin block. Begin block is mandatory. Without begin block we can't say it's a program. Now in the assignment statements are used to assign values into the variables by using two methods. One is by using assignment operator. What is the assignment operator we are having? This is the assignment operator. See here, variable name, and this is the assignment operator. Directly you can specify a value, or you can also use expression. See, VENO, it's a declared variable already. Into this variable there is a memory location. Into that memory location I am going to store this value into this variable. Next, here I am declaring 3 variables and I am assigning values into 2 variables directly by using assignment operator. And for the third variable I am specifying an expression in the right side of the operator. The expression is going to be calculated, the result is to be stored under Z. Okay, next, how can I assign values from the table? First, you have to select the values from the table by using select command, and that selected values will be stored into, we have to use into keyword here after the column name list, into so and so variable names. Suppose if you are selecting 5 values from 5 columns, that 5 values are stored into 5 variable names. Now, how can I display output values from the program? By using a predefined output function. This is called as tbms underscore output dot put underscore line. By using this, I can display the values from the variables, and I can display the normal messages also. These are the examples here I have given. You can run them. Next, what is a data processing statement inside data begin block? Each SQL query inside your begin block is called as data processing statement. Next block is exception block. If you want to handle with errors, means suppose if you are executing a program, it is generating some error. That error should be a technical error generated by Oracle Engine. Whereas at some time I am unable to understand that error message. At the place of technical error messages, I want to display user-friendly error messages. In that case, we have to handle that error and display user-friendly message at that place. That should be done under exception block. And end is representing end of the program. After the end in SQL Plus environment, you have to use slash to compile and execute the PL SQL program. And during the program, you can also specify some comments for user understandability. For user friendliness, we have to use single line comment or multi-line comments. Yeah, generally whenever you are executing a program, by default Oracle Engine doesn't display output from the program. In the current user login session, you have to execute set server output on. It's an environment command is there. If you can execute this command, the environment is able to get the output message from the programs and display it on the screen. Here I am writing a very beginning program, just display a welcome message. So to display welcome message, we have one output function. By using that function, I can simply display. No need to declare variables, no need to specify values or something. See, copy this and I am pasting it in the SQL Plus environment. Paste it. I didn't execute it set server output on, so it by default it doesn't display any output from the program. See here, to run the program and to compile the program, specify slash. PL SQL procedure successfully completed, but it is not going to display any welcome message to you. If you want to enable it, execute this command, set server output on. Now recompile and execute. You are getting a message, welcome to Oracle PL SQL. Okay. Next program, I want to display addition of 2 values, average of 2 values, maximum and minimum of these 2 values. First, you need to store these values inside 2 variables. Let us say A and B or X and Y, anything. The resultant from addition, I want to store under A or S, and the average value of these values I want to store under another variable, and maximum value I want to store under other variable, and minimum value I want to store under other variable. Totally 4 calculations, 4 variables I am declaring, and storing two values, two variables I am declaring. Totally 6 variables we have to declare. So start with declare keyword. I have declared all values and variables, and here declaration along with assignment, both it is also valid. Wherever you are declaring a variable, immediately you can assign a value to it, no problem. Next, I am assigning a value into X here, performing addition of two values, save that value under S, performing average of two values, save that value into A, and finding the highest value between two values and save under MX variable, and finding the least value from these two values and save under MN variable, and run this. It's a static program, always it will generate same output. And come to new line, use slash, sum equal to 8000, average equal to 4000, like this. So here under one line you are getting sum and another line you are getting 8000, but I want to display immediately sum equal to 8000, average equal to 4000. How do I display like that? By using concatenation operator you can do that. Just you have to modify, see, concatenation operator after the normal message, see, after this message, this is a normal message, immediately I can specify concatenation operator, and after the concatenation operator I can specify a variable name from where I have to access the value, that is S. So this is the normal message, put in single quotes, concatenation operator, immediately after that specify S, like as follows. See here I am using the concatenation operator, and I have commented some lines. Don't worry about these things, they cannot be going to compile and execute. Now you will get an output like this. Enter. Instead of getting sum equal to one line and another line you are getting 8000, but in the latest output you are getting sum equal to 8000, average equal to something 4000, and highest value 5000, and minimum value 3000, right? This is any number of times you can compile this and execute this, you will get same output. The output cannot going to be changed. Why? Because input values in the program are fixed, right? In the next session we will see about dynamic programs.